America's most haunted places and real ghost stories that terrify visitors. What if I told you that there are some extremely haunted locations in America? Even doubters leave trembling. Ships where no one is on board and footsteps resound. Homes where homicides are not forgotten. Battlefields where troops continue to march long after they have died. We're visiting 5 of the scariest haunted places in the US tonight. Urban legends are not what these are. You can actually go to these locations. And after hearing what folks have seen there, you might not want to. The last place is regarded as one of the most haunted buildings on Earth, so stay until the very end. Number 5. The Queen Mary, a ship that never let its dead leave. The Queen Mary, silently moored at Long Beach, California, appears to be a glamorous artifact preserved in time. But the tranquility around it is incredibly misleading. Originally constructed as a high-end ocean liner in the 1930s, the ship later transported thousands of soldiers across perilous waters as a troop carrier during World War II. Accidents were common, safety was neglected, and deaths were frequently swift and unreported during that time. Soldiers perished before they ever reached the battlefield. Crew members drowned, and sailors were crushed in the engine room. Visitors now claim that the ship appears to be conscious of their presence. Doors suddenly slam, lights flicker in deserted hallways, and unexpected cold spots emerge as though someone invisible has just walked through. One of the most haunted locations is the first-class swimming pool, where guests hear splashing sounds and children laughing, despite the pool being dry for decades. Some witnesses claim to see a little girl holding a teddy bear near the pool stairs, who vanishes when approached. In the engine room, guests report seeing a man dressed in a 1940s naval uniform, silently watching before fading into darkness. Many overnight guests wake suddenly at exactly 3 a.m., overwhelmed by the feeling that someone is standing beside their bed, breathing quietly. The Queen Mary is not just haunted, it feels occupied, as if its dead passengers never accepted that their journey ended. Number 4. The Lizzie Borden House, where violence still breathes. The Lizzie Borden House in Fall River, Massachusetts, is a place where time feels broken. In 1892, Andrew and Abby Borden were brutally murdered with an axe inside their own home, suffering dozens of blows so violent that even seasoned investigators were shaken. The crime shocked America, not just because of its brutality, but because the main suspect was their quiet, church-going daughter, Lizzie Borden. Though she was acquitted, suspicion never left, and neither did the darkness. Today, visitors describe an overwhelming heaviness the moment they step inside, as if the walls themselves are pressing inward. The room where Abby was murdered is particularly disturbing. Guests report sudden nausea, headaches, and an intense sense of anger. Footsteps echo on the staircase late at night, even when no one else is present. Doors open and close by themselves, and whispers are often heard just beyond hearing range. Guests who stay overnight report terrifying dreams of violence, waking suddenly with the feeling of being watched. Paranormal investigators have captured voices responding intelligently to questions, some whispering the word, Lizzie. Many believe the house is trapped in a loop, replaying the rage, fear, and confusion of that August morning. This is not just a haunted house, it is a crime scene that never cooled down. Number 3. The Salem Witch House, a monument to injustice and rage. The Salem Witch House stands as the last remaining structure directly tied to the Salem witch trials, one of the most shameful episodes in American history. Once home to Judge Jonathan Corwin, a man responsible for condemning innocent people to death based on hysteria, and superstition. The house feels burdened by guilt. Visitors often describe an immediate shift in atmosphere upon entering air that feels thick, oppressive, and emotionally heavy. Many report shadowy figures moving along the walls, disappearing when looked at directly. Strange knocking sounds echo through empty rooms, and doors are sometimes found open when they were previously locked. Some visitors feel sudden waves of fear, sadness, or anger without explanation, as if emotions from the past are bleeding into the present. Paranormal teams have recorded disembodied voices, unexplained temperature drops, and electromagnetic disturbances. Some believe these are the spirits of the accused witches, trapped by injustice, their voices still demanding to be heard centuries later. Others believe the house itself has absorbed the cruelty of those trials, and now projects it onto anyone who enters. The witch house does not scare with loud noises or violent activity. It unsettles slowly, quietly, leaving visitors disturbed long after they leave. Number 2. Gettysburg Battlefield, where soldiers still fight an endless war. By day, Gettysburg Battlefield appears peaceful rolling hills, open fields, and quiet monuments honoring the dead. But when night falls, the land begins to remember. In July 1863, over 50,000 soldiers were killed, wounded, or went missing here during one of the bloodiest battles of the American Civil War. Many died screaming for help that never came, their bodies left unburied for days. Visitors on nighttime tours report seeing full-bodied apparitions of soldiers marching silently across the fields, dressed in Union and Confederate uniforms, their faces emotionless. Some hear distant gunfire, cannon blasts, and the cries of wounded men calling for medics. Tour guides tell chilling stories of visitors being approached by soldiers asking for water or help, only for the figure to vanish moments later. Horses have been seen running through the mist, and strange lights appear near known battle sites. Photographs often capture unexplained figures, standing among the monuments, figures that were not visible when the photo was taken. Many believe the spirits are trapped, confused, still fighting a war they do not realize has ended. At Gettysburg, the dead never truly went home. Number 1. Waverly Hills Sanatorium, a place that feeds on fear. Towering over Louisville, Kentucky, Waverly Hills Sanatorium is widely considered one of the most haunted buildings in the world, and for good reason. Built to treat tuberculosis patients in the early 1900s, the hospital quickly became overcrowded, underfunded, and overwhelmed by death. More than 60,000 patients are believed to have died there, many alone, isolated, and afraid. To avoid panic, bodies were secretly removed through a long underground tunnel, known as the body chute. Visitors today report hearing children laughing in empty rooms, seeing shadow figures dart across hallways, and feeling invisible hands touch or grab them. One of the most disturbing locations is room 502, where nurses are said to have committed suicide. Guests report intense dread, sudden depression, and the feeling of being pushed. Paranormal investigators have captured voices calling their names, doors slamming violently, and objects moving on their own. Some visitors leave with unexplained scratches or bruises, while others report nightmares that last for weeks. Many say the building feels aware, watching, waiting, and feeding on fear. Waverly Hills does not simply house ghosts. It feels alive,